Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is All-Star Weekend at Charlotte Motor Speedway, Charlotte, North Carolina, for the Castrol GTX Cup Series, as we're here today for the running of the Winston All-Star Race. But first, before we get to the big show itself, it is the running of the Winston Open. So what we're doing here today. The last chance to qualify your way into the All-Star race here for the non-race winners this season. Or not race winners and non-champions, I should say. But anyway, the top 5 cars that finish in this very race will get to race in the Winston All-Star race itself, making for a 17-car field for this season's All-Star race. So, should be a great race here today. Here we have 20 laps for the Open, and we'll have a 40 and 20 lap segment for the All-Star race itself. So making for all in all a 60-lap race for the big show itself. The Open itself is 20, so really 80 laps in one video. So anyway, that's to say nothing was the six. That's to say none of how long the 600 will be, obviously. But anyway, as we get to the starting line for today's running event here, on the pole it is Quentin Moore in car number 75, and alongside of him is Jesse Turner, number 19. Row 2 has Shane Lake in number 17, and beside him will be car number 43, Joshua Collard in the STP Pontiac. Third row, it's Kev Shearer again alongside Keith Batson. Shearer in 71, Batson in 28. Both of them carrying in-car cameras in today's All-Star Open. Fourth row will have Dylan Young in number 2 and Zachary Fitzwater in number 29. The fifth row will have our third in-car camera, Phil Parker in number 5. Beside him will be number 7, Mike Becker. The next row down will have Jason Haywood in number 21. Beside him will be number 25, Kyle Langland. And Langland, by the way, top 5 in the points coming into this Charlotte weekend in the 600, which will be the next points paying race, by the way, too. Next row down, Becca Taylor in the Valvoline Ford, car number 6. And beside her will be car number 24, Michael Whitman in a DuPont Chevrolet. Next row down, we'll have car number 98, Max Anderson. And beside him, Nick Baxter in 81. Next row down, we'll have Ryan Acosta, number 10, the Tide Ford, and beside him will be Alexander Rowe, number 1, the Hooters Pontiac. Next row down, we'll have car number 23, Ryan George, and number 15, Preston Dive Bomb City Plord will be alongside. Next row down, we'll have car number 12, JT Bryant, and number 44, Jonathan Zorlin. Next row down, we'll have car number 77, Chelsea Bowles, and number 30, Audra Baranauskas is alongside. Next row down, we'll have Ashlyn Boyd in car number 9 and number 11, Patrick Smith. And then the shotgun row will be car number 87, Jack Lagacy, and number 90, Jordan Lopez. So that's the starting line for today's running of the Winston All-Star Open. And here comes coming the fire the engines here at Charlotte.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
So the Winston All-Star Open is about to get underway here. It'll be 20 laps, as I said, for this race here, for this little dash, to see which one, see who will get in the top 5 to advance their way into the Winston All-Star race, as I said here. So, yeah. So the All-Star race, if you don't know, is a race that combines race winners from the Daytona 500 on down to the Richmond race, and also season champions if they signed up for the series. And so that's what makes the criteria for the All-Star race itself. And so should be an interesting race here today on this. Should be an interesting All-Star race here. The All-Star Open about to get underway. Quentin Moore, car number 75, the Morgan Shepherd colors for 1996, is on the pole for today's event here. Beside him, Jesse Turner. Both of them looking to make their way into the All-Star race here. And note, one of those drivers in the Open is Keith Batson, the defending All-Star race winner. He If you remember, he won the Open and the All-Star race all in the same weekend last season. So we'll see what happens here this season. The green flag is out, and the Winston Open is underway. Inside goes Shane Lake, car number 17. He'll move to the lead now with Kev Shearer in tow. These cars very, very fast here. First lap at 181.36 miles an hour. They qualified for the Open at 197 miles per hour. And whoa, Collard and Haywood, they're way down the grass on the racetrack, and boy, that was close. Jesse Turner was way up the track there, but boy, Joshua Collard and Jason Haywood ran each other all the way down the grass, and almost came up beside Becca Tellier and about took her out. Wow. Anyway, Joshua Collard now is in the 5th position now as they come off turn number 2 here. But boy, like I said, I thought that was a wreck that we were about ready to have here. Dylan Young is in 3rd position now. 4th is Phil Parker as they come down to the 3rd and 4th turns now. On board Dylan Young's car. And here comes Kev Shearer going for the lead. Into the 3rd turn now, Kev Shearer in car number 71. Trying to make his way into the All-Star race as well here. He came awfully close to doing so at Darlington. Only to get passed on the final lap of that race by Levi McIntyre, who's one of the two-time winners this season. And 3 wide racing, Shane Lake caught up on a high side now. And now Collard and Haywood, they're back at it again. The 43 and 21 cars. Takes you back to the glory days of Petty and Pearson, seeing those 2 numbers back at it again. And here comes Becca Tellier in the 6. She goes inside of the track here. She zips by both Collard and Haywood. Now Jesse Turner's now in the mix now, along with Mike Becker. In the turn number 1 they go again. Tellier now rides 4th. And Jason Haywood's over as the last transfer spot in 5th as they come down to the 3rd and 4th turns now. Turner in 6th position. Becker in 7th. 8th is Lake. Kyle Langland in 9th position. And inside goes number 75, Quentin Moore, the pole sitter for the event. And now Collard slips to the 12th position, and behind them is Zachary Fitzwater in 29 and Michael Whitman in 24. And check on Keith Batson, the defending All-Star Open winner. He is in 17th position. He dropped way back in the start. He's got one of the fast. He has a fast car, but let's see if he can work his way up to be up there with his teammates Becca Tellier and Michael and Jason Haywood. 1 KAB car is in the field, and that is Kat Batson by virtue of her winning at Talladega. Riding with Keith Batson in car number 28. Driving like a Batson driving like a man possessed here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. They come down the backstretch here, and here comes Ashlyn Boyd to the inside. Number 9 doesn't quite make the move. And now Batson will tuck in behind the 23 of Ryan George. They zip by the 24 of Whitman, and now Jason Haywood goes backwards in 21 as he and Shane Lake are going at it. That is, I believe, 10th and 11th going at it right there. And now Dylan Young slipping back in the number 2 car. He's now down to 6th position. He's outside of the transfer for. And now Mike Becker has the bubble spot now in the 5th position now. Turner at the 4th position. So those two insert their way into the race. But now battle for 2nd between Becca Tellier and the 6 and the 5 of Phil Parker. Parker won his first race in the series last season at Rockingham. And it used to be we went from the 600 to all the way down to the Richmond race. Well, it used to be we went all the way from the 600 last season to the Richmond race for the current season for the All-Star field. But the fields got so big it was almost like a full field for a race itself. So to make it kind of more realistic, we kind of doing it this way. 6 laps to go in the Winston Open. Kev Shear out in front. Second is Becca Tellier. Here comes Tellier to the inside now. Her and Phil Parker go toe-to-toe with each other. And it's a draft through the 3rd and 4th turns now, and Becca Tellier takes the lead with Phil Parker now in 2nd position. On board Phil Parker's car. Jesse Turner now rides 3rd. Dylan Young now at the 4th position now. With Kev Shear in 5th. And now in striking distance is the 25 of Kyle Langland. So Becker now out of the transfer spot in the 7 car. He and Quentin Moore go side by side along with Joshua Collard. And now it's Collard pushing Moore now to the inside lane. And here comes Phil Parker for the lead. Parker, number 5. He'll dive to the inside now. There are 19 cars behind him. That's Jesse Turner. And here comes Kev Shear for the 4th position now on Dylan Young. And he's going to be getting the push from Kyle Langland. Langland's going to go to 5th position now as he knocks Dylan Young again out of the transfer spot. 2 laps to go. And here comes Quentin Moore to the inside. And now Tellier's up in the high side of the 6 car. Who gets that last transfer? That's going to be the question here. And now Tellier not in a good spot now. She's on the high side now. As Langland goes by. And here comes Quentin Moore to the inside. White flag. Phil Parker's out in front. It's down between he and Jesse Turner. That's the top 2 to transfer. Tellier now drops to 6th position now. Can she get back around Quentin Moore as they come off the 4th turn now? But where it counts up front, it is Phil Parker winning the Winston Open. 2nd, Jesse Turner. 3rd is Kev Shear. 4th, Kyle Langland. And the final transfer spot goes to Quentin Moore. And poor Becca Tellier, she had the transfer spot almost all race long until right the very last couple laps of the race. And she will finish down in 6th position. So average speed 199.115 in Winston Open. But what a race that was here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. To say nothing what it's going to be like for the Winston itself. Becca Taylor, heartbreaking 6th place finish. Dylan Young 7th, Joshua Collard 8th, Jason Haywood 9th, Shane Lake 10th, Mike Becker 11th, Zachary Fitzwater 12th. Keith Batson will not get a chance to defend his Winston All-Star victory from last season. He ends up finishing 13th. Unfortunately for him, Ryan Acosta 14th, 15th. We go to Michael Whitman, Ashlyn Boyd, Audra Baranowskis, JT Bryant, Ryan George, Chelsea Bowles, Jonathan Zorlin, Nick Baxter, Patrick Smith, Preston Plord, Alexander Rowe, Max Anderson, Jordan Lopez, and Jack Lagasse was the last of the finishers. So, again, the transfers into the All-Star race are Phil Parker, Jesse Turner, Kev Shearer, Kyle Langland, and Quentin Moore. So you got 2 of the winners from last season into the field now. Phil Parker, of course, as we mentioned, last season's winner of the AC Delco 400 down in Rockingham, and Kyle Langland, the winner of the last 2 races of last season at Phoenix and Homestead, both inserting the way into the field by finishing 1st and 3rd. So Phil Parker wins the Winston Open, and will he back it up in the Winston All-Star race or not? Well, we're about to find out. As coming up next will be the Winston All-Star race from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Coming up next.
Greg, did you have any ignition problems?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. The big one, the main event, the Winston All-Star Race from Charlotte Motor Speedway, Charlotte, North Carolina. And we are set for 40 laps. And this is the first segment. This is 40 laps of action in segment number 1. And segment number 2 will be 20 laps. And so 60 laps overall to see who will take home the season 19 Winston All-Star Race at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Field lined up on pit road. Field is lined up on pit road, 18 strong, or 17 strong, excuse me, in today's race here. Excuse me on that one. So, but still kind of amped up from the finish from the Winston Open. But anyway, so the 5 Winston Open drivers are transferred in, and now the field is completely set, full of race winners from this season and past series champions, provided if they signed up, and the top 5 finishers in the Winston Open. So this is truly an all-star field. And let's get to the start line for today's running of the event. On the pole, the number 3 GM Goodwin Chevrolet. He got in by winning the season at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Anyway, this season in the Bass Pro Shops 500, the pride of the state of Georgia, it's Cole Deaver. Alongside of him, in car number 4, the Kodak Film Chevrolet. He won this season at California Speedway in dominating fashion for his first ever Castrol GTX Cup Series victory. The driver of the Morgan McClure Chevrolet, it is William Brock, his 2nd season in a row at this machine. You remember last season it was an Oldsmobile he drove. This season he's in his first Winston All-Star race. Starting 3rd in car number 5, the Kellogg's Cornflake Chevrolet. He got in by winning the Winston Open, Winston Open at Charlotte on the same track. It is Phil Parker, winner last season of the AC Delco 400 down in Rockingham. Starting in 4th position, he's in this race by virtue of being the season 8 champion of the season 8 champion of the Castrol GTX Cup Series. It's Johnny Gardner in car number 16. Starting in 5th position, he got into this race by winning the season at Bristol Motor Speedway in Bristol, Tennessee. His car number is 18, the Interstate Battery Chevrolet. It is Paul Minnick. Starting in 6th position, he's in this race by virtue of being one of the top 5 finishers in the Winston Open. Has not won a race since season 16, however. It is Jesse Turner in the car number 19. Starting in 7th position, it's Dylan Poteet, car number 22 in the America Pontiac. He's in this race by virtue of being the Season 1 champion of the series, going way, way back. The first ever series champion. Starting in 8th position in the Budweiser Chevrolet car, number 25. He's in this race by virtue of being one of the top 5 finishers in the Winston Open. He also won at Homestead and Phoenix the last 2 races of the season, of last season. And he is Kyle Langland, starting in 8th position. Starting 9th in car number 33, the Skull Bandit Chevrolet. He's in this race by pulling off a surprising victory at Las Vegas. It's rookie Al Lagasse. And starting in 10th position, he's in this race by virtue of being the Season 2 and Season 16 champion, but also the winner of the season at North Wilkesboro in the first Union 400. It's Joshua Osborne, the pride of Bandler, Kentucky. Starting in 11th position, it's car number 41, the Daytona 500 champion, a Season 15 champion of the series. It's Charles Sanford, the pride of the state of California. Starting beside him, the pride of Ohio, the man who won the season at Rockingham. That's how he got into this all-star race. The Coors Light Pontiac, it's Kyle Matthews. Starting in the 13th position, it is the number 71 Prodigy Chevrolet. He's in this race by virtue of being the winner, or by one of the top 5 finishers of the Winston Open. It's Kev Shearer, the pride of Pennsylvania. And starting beside him, the biggest Morgan Shepherd fan in all of the NR community. He's in car number 75, the Remington Arms Chevrolet, Remington Arms Ford. Finished 5th in the Winston Open. It's Quentin Moore. And here comes command the fire. The engines already here for the Winston All-Star race.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
And we'll finish the lineup for you here. Starting in the 15th position in car number 88, the Quality Care Service Ford Credit Ford. She won this race. She won at Talladega. That's how she's in the All-Star race. It's Kat Batson, the husband of the wife of Keith Batson. And starting in 16th position, 2-time winner of the season in Martinsville in Texas, and is also the 4-time champion of the series. That's how she's in this race. It's Jessica Shelton. And starting shotgun in the field, 2-time winner of the season, him by virtue of, that's how he's in the All-Star race. Winner at Darlington and Richmond. The XMR's SKF Ford, car number 99, it's Levi McIntyre, the pride of the Ohio. So the field lined up in nicely done formation here on the backstretch. The next time they'll be down the backstretch, they'll be approaching 200 miles per hour here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. As 17 cars all in quest for one thing, victory. And remember it's a 2-segment race. It is 40 laps in the first segment and 20 laps in the second segment. The field about getting ready to round off corner number 4 here. It's Cole Bieber. In number 3, William Brock in number 4, an all Chevy front row. As the base goes up on the pit road, green flag is about to wave here, and boogity, 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 let's go racing, boys and girls. Cole Bieber leading him down in car number 3. The first lap at 177.9 miles per hour as they come down the back stretch now. Paul Minnick in the 3rd position now. Here comes Poteet to the inside for the 3rd spot. And going to second now is Johnny Gardner in car number 16 as they come down the front stretch. Speed shot. And there you saw the entire field zooming by. Going into turn number 1. Minnick the 3rd, Poteet 4th, Lagasse's now 5th position. 6th is Charles Samper, one of our 3 in-car cameras in the All-Star race. He kept Shearer and Jessica Shelton carrying our 3 in-car cameras in today's event. Riding along with Cab Shearer in car number 71. He's in 7th place. Single file formation for the moment, but Paul Minnick took a peek to the inside of Johnny Gardner. Ford sandwiched in between 2 Chevrolets in the top 3 spots. Minnick to the inside now of Gardner. This is for 2nd place there. Poteet hooking up to the back of Minnick's car. And here comes Al Lagasse to the inside. Lagasse, who pulled off a surprise at Las Vegas when he won the race over there. All taking it easy and trying to feel each other out here as they're trying to save their stuff for the final 20 lap segment. We're still early on in this race though. 7 laps in the books, or 6 laps in the books, I should say, and 34 to go. In segment number 1, Charles Sanford to the inside lane now on Johnny Gardner as Gardner drops back, but falls back in line. Leader is still Cole Deaver in number 3. That was from Sanford's view. Now you're riding with Jessica Shelton, the number 94. 14th position is where she's running at the moment. Here she's behind Quentin Moore in 75. Make that 13th position now is where she's running. Running just ahead of Joshua Osborne and Levi McIntyre. Down the backstretch, Cab Shearer to the inside of Al Lagasse, but nope. Becca Taylor's Kat Batson's going to make a 3 wide at number 88. And she'll zip by both Lagasse and Shearer, and Johnny Gardner now goes inside now as Batson goes to the high side now. Gardner to the inside. And you see Kat's car kind of twitch just a little bit. That's a battle for 4th position you're seeing on the screen. Meantime, the front 3 of Cole Deaver, Paul Minnick, and Dylan Poteet have all pulled away. Kat Batson in 5th position, Gardner in 4th, Sanford in 5th spot now at number 41. On board Charles Sanford's car, number 41, he's in 6th. Lap speeds of just over 200 miles per hour here at Charlotte. Rear bumper cam from the number 41 car. That's Al Lagasse in 7th position. Kyle Matthews up to 8th. 9th is Quentin Moore. 10th position is William Brock. And change for 2nd position now. Dylan Poteet's is taking 2nd from Paul Minnick, but now Minnick goes inside. He wants that 2nd spot back. Darn pace car. Minnick the 2nd position now. Poteet the 3rd. Gardner still in 4th position now. And now they bunched right back up again. Lagasse to the inside of Sanford for position. That's for 6th place. And meantime, he's got one of the best in Kyle Matthews behind him in number 42, the man who blew him all the way at Rockingham this season. Single file racing is what we're seeing here today as we're now Coming up on 15 laps in the books here at Charlotte. And up the high side now goes Pote. Here comes Gardner to the inside. Johnny Gardner to third. And watch Poteet go backwards now. Here comes Charles Sanford, and he and Poteet's going to split Cat Batson up the middle. And now Legacy's up the track now in number 33 as he and Poteet. Whoa, that was close. Matthews goes by. Here comes Quentin Moore. He's going to get the push from Jessica Shelton. 3 wide through the third and fourth turns now. And it's now Quentin Moore going to go past both Shelton, or go past both Matthews and Poteet. But now Shelton says, I've had enough of this, and she wants to go inside now. And she gets Quentin Moore as well. On board Jessica Shelton's car. She is now up to 6th. Shelton, one of two-time winners this season. She won, as we said, at Texas and again at Martinsville. While Levi McIntyre was the other two-time winner, to see him behind Quentin Moore. His wins came at Darlington and Richmond. Top 5 still remains Cole Deaver, but here comes Paul Minnick for the lead in number 18. Challenge for the number 1 spot. Here comes Minnick, the man who won down in Bristol this season. Deaver was the winner at Atlanta. And here comes Johnny Gardner. He's going to push Minnick to the inside lane. And now it's Paul Minnick going to the first place, going to first position. Second is now Gardner. And Deaver drops to third. And maybe fourth position, because here comes Cat Batson to the inside, number 88. Charles Sanford is mixed, as is Shelton. But Quentin Moore is now going to try to help. Is going to try to help the 41 now. $20 in the books and 20 to go here at Charlotte in the Winston Open. And now riding inside the cockpit of Sanford's car. He's in fourth position now, and right there behind Cat Batson in 88. 2 Fords chasing a Chevrolet at the moment. Paul Minnick is now out in front in number 18. Gardner trying to find any weakness out of the 18 cars that come down the backstretch here. Chevrolet in first, Ford's second and third, Chevrolet in fourth, and Ford in fifth. Levi McIntyre, 99, here he comes. Quentin Moore in sixth position. Kyle Langland up to seventh spot. Eighth is now Al Legacy. Ninth, Jesse Turner. And battle for 10th between Cole Deaver and Kyle Matthews. And a couple of Kentuckians going out of here. Joshua Osborne in 37 and Dylan Poteet in 22. Poteet, of course, the man who runs the Mountain Dew Racing Series. As it were, I should say. And now change for second position here. Cat Batson now gets the second position now. The lone KB Enterprises car in the field here. Her teammates Jason Haywood and Becca Tellier got oh so close to making it 2 KB cars in the field. While Jason Haywood and Keith Batson, sadly enough, were not really factors in the Winston Open themselves there. But Jason, Becca, and of course the head honcho of the bunch, Keith Batson, cheering Kat on. See if she can keep it all in the family in the All-Star race here. As you remember, like I said, her husband Keith won this race last season, as well as the Open. And of course, the only difference now is Kat didn't have to qualify her way in the Open. She won, as I said, at Talladega this season. Paul Minnick was, as I said, the winner at Bristol. Johnny Gardner in this race by virtue of being the season 8 champion of this series. As they come down to the start-finish line now, coming down now for 13 to go. Fast lap of the race set by Jesse Turner at 202.7 miles per hour. Turner right now rides in 9th position. There he is in the 19 car. Al Lagasse, here he comes in 33. Here comes 33 car to the inside lane on Kyle Langland, and nothing doing at the moment there. Turner's up on the high side now on the track as he got a peek to the inside by Kyle Matthews in the 42 car. 10 laps to go, and coming up on 10 to go, and here comes Kat Batson to the inside of Paul Minnick for the lead. That's her and Johnny Gardner hooking up a pair of blue Fords going at it. Both of them with patriotic-type paint schemes on their machines. And Batson goes to the high side, Gardner to the inside, and nothing doing for Gardner at the moment. And now they're going to go 3 wide for position into turn number 1. Kyle Langland and Quentin Moore power move on Charles Sanders. Still can't get down on the low side. Here comes Lagasse and Turner now, 3 wide in the 3rd turn now. Well, I was going to say into the 3rd turn, but managed to make it to knock it down to 2 wide. 9 laps to go, and here comes Paul Minnick back to the inside of Johnny Gardner, trying to shut the 2 Ford, trying to shut this Ford juggernaut up. And McIntyre, meanwhile, way up the racetrack here. Lagasse goes inside. Al Lagasse definitely the dark horse in this race here at Charlotte for sure in that 33 car. As we said, he's the only rookie in this field here, and like I said, he pulled up a surprising win down in Las Vegas, another 1.5-mile track, so you can bet he's got some of that Vegas setup in that car. And here comes Minnick for the lead again. He and Batson at it again, 88-18. Ford versus Chevrolet, a battle that's been going on since those companies started making cars. And it's Minnick to the lead now. Here comes Quentin Moore, 75. He looked pretty good in the All-Star Open. Finished 5th in the Open, and that put him into the race itself. And Langland also came in top 5 as well for the Open, and he's in this race for the lead. And Langland was the 4th place finisher in the Winston Open. So I got a 4 sandwich in between 2 Chevrolets. 5 laps to go in segment number 1. Jesse Turner to 5th now, number 19. He's got Poteet behind him in the 22 car. Poteet may not be doing much on the offline circuit though, but he is one of the best online racers obviously you'll ever see. And here comes Quentin Moore to the inside, number 75. He's going to try for the lead. And here comes Lagasse in 33. Oh, boy. Off turn number 4 they come. Segment number 1 coming down to the close now. Down for 3 laps to go. Jesse Turner, third position now is where he's at here. Here comes Poteet and Cat Batson. And here comes Cole Deaver moving his way back to the field now, number 3. Legacy to second. And here comes Quentin Moore, 75, with the lead now. 2 laps to go in segment 1. All trying to find the way. All trying to line up better. All trying to get a better starting position for the second segment. 4 cars should have decided all now. White flag in segment number 1. And here comes Jesse Turner to the inside. Jesse Turner in car number 19 to the inside of Al Legacy. As they come down the backstretch now. As they come down the backstretch. The question is going to be who's going to finish second in the first segment of the Winston All-Star race here as they come off turn number 4. And segment number 1 will be won by Quentin Moore as he wins segment number 1 in the Winston All-Star race. Second will go to Jesse Turner. Third to Dylan Poteet, Al Legacy fourth, and Cat Batson will be 5th when they line up for segment number 2. Rest of the lineup will go like this. It'll be Paul Minnick in 6th position. 7th place right now is Charles Stanford. Cole Deaver's 8th. Kyle Langland is 9th. And Jessica Shelton currently running in 10th position. Then it's Levi McIntyre, Phil Parker, Johnny Gardner, William Brock, Kev Shearer, Kyle Matthews, and Joshua Osborne. So that's how it will line up for segment number 2. Segment number 2 is coming up next, right after this. Back at Charlotte Motor Speedways, we're about to get ready for segment number 2 to start here. Quentin Moore, who won segment number 1, is out in front here. Jesse Turner's in 2nd position. 3rd is Dylan Poteet. 4th is Al Legacy. 5th is Cat Batson. Pace car is about to ready to duck off on the pit road. 20 laps to go in the Winston All-Stars at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Who will win it for season 19? Here we go. Green flag is out. A 20-lap trophy dash for all the marbles here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And I tell you what, you can bet everybody's going to give it everything they got. Poteet inside. He shows his early hand. He takes the lead here. 2nd position goes Cat Batson. 3rd now is Quentin Moore. Charles Stanford inside for 4th. As they come down the start-finish line. And Quentin Moore already stuck in the middle. Actually, not Quentin Moore, but Cole Deaver stuck in the middle of the pack right here as he is between Al Legacy and Kyle Matthews to come down the backstretch here. Backstretch now in the 3rd turn. Deaver, who is the pole sitter for the Winston. He led the first few laps of the first segment as he is now dropping back just a little bit here. Poteet has the lead. Here comes William Brock inside of Paul Minnick. And number 18. And Legacy, who's one of the strongest cars in the first segment, is now dropped to last position at the moment, but that may not last long here, because here comes Poteet leading. 2nd is Batson. 3rd is Charles Stanford. Kyle Langland in 4th position, and 5th is now Levi McIntyre. Here comes Stanford for 2nd. Charles Stanford, car number 41, the Kodiak Chevy. The man who won the Daytona 500 this season, looking to add an all-star win to his credit. As a matter of fact, I think he had an all-star win in season 9. I think he did. I'm not sure, actually, to be honest. Now, whenever it was, I thought he had an all-star win already, but I may be wrong on that. But anyway, Charles Stanford's in 2nd position behind Dylan Poteet, leading the race now. Kyle Langland's in third. Fourth is Batson. Fifth is now Johnny Gardner. Shear's in sixth position. And batting for seventh here, Kyle Matthews, Cole Deaver, and Quentin Moore. And here comes Deaver inside for the number 7 spot on Kyle Matthews. And now Matthews at the high side, Shelton down low in number 94. And Phil Parker right behind Jessica Shelton at the moment. Here comes Parker. He says, screw this, I'm going inside. And he'll dive inside the 4-time series champion as here he comes to the inside now. Phil Parker, car number 5. As he begins to roll, he wasn't much of a factor in the first segment, but he knows it's go time now. And look who's right there behind. Cab Share in car 71. He's in 6th position right now. Right there close to him, Johnny Gardner in 5th. Almost halfway through the second segment as they come off the 4th corner now. And now riding with Charles Sanford. He's going for the lead now on Dylan Poteet. And Charles Sanford going in the first place in car number 41 now. And a battle for 3 wide battle, almost 3 wide for 2nd position. Langland to the outside of the racetrack here. Now Batson goes to 2nd, and then now Shear goes to 3rd. And he's got Johnny Gardner in tow right there behind him. Poteet now has dropped all the way to 6th position. And he's got Cole Deaver in the 3 car behind him now. As he moves up, Phil Parker now in 8th position. 9th is Shelton. 10th is McIntyre. 10 in the books. 10 to go in segment number 2. Several cars twitching just a little bit as they come down through the first and second turns. And now Shelton's to the high side now. Here comes McIntyre. He's in this mix here. Jesse Turner in 19. And Shelton had a chance to fall back. It's the fall between Turner and William Brock, but the handling must be going away on the number 94 car. Either there couldn't get down quick enough, but here comes Cat Batson to the inside. Batson to the lead. And here comes 71. Kev Shear, he's won here at Charlotte before. And in fact, that was where his last win came at, was in the 500 miler here at Charlotte about a few seasons ago. In fact, he pulled out the Charlotte sweep, winning both the 500 and the 600 in the same season. A few seasons back, as they come off the 4th corner now. Gardner begins to roll now. He's in 3rd spot now. Here comes Sanford in 4th. 5th is Cole Deaver, the pole sitter for the event. And wouldn't you know, he'd like to get an all-star win himself. He's got Phil Parker behind him at number 5. Gonna be a wild scramble. Here comes Shear closing up in 71. 6 laps to go in the Winston. Shear takes a peek to the inside. Batson says no as they come off the 2nd turn now. And here comes Gardner for 2nd, number 16. And Kev Shear says, "Nuh-uh, that's my spot," as he goes out in the 3rd turn now. Here comes Deaver. Deaver in the 3 car for 4th position. He's got it. And McIntyre almost in the grass. He's trying to get by Phil Parker, but Parker throws the block. Now can 4th on down catch the top 3 cars. Kev Shear sticks the nose of that Chevy to the inside of that blue Ford. 4 laps to go. And here comes Johnny Gardner, number 16, to the inside of Shearer for second, and he's going to get it. And here comes Cole Deaver behind him. Cole Deaver, car number 3, to the inside of 71, Cab Shearer, and he's going to take third. And meantime, Shearer and Parker both on the high side. Here comes Levi McIntyre. Jesse Turner's getting into it now. 3 laps to go. Cat Batson pulling just ahead just a little bit now. Car number 88 out in front. Does Gardner or Deaver have anything for the 88 car? Let's see what happens through the third and fourth turns now. But they're running out of time, coming down for 2 laps to go. Gardner catches a sniff of the draft on the backstretch here. In the third turn now, it'll be the white flag this time by. What's going to happen on the final lap? Deaver pulls back just a little bit there. Deaver loose, come off the fourth turn now. White flag in the Winston. Cat Batson, car number 88. Her husband Keith won this race a season ago. Trying to make it 2 in a row for the Batsons as they come down the back stretch now. Gardner losing ground just a little bit through the third and fourth turns. They go. Gardner closes up just a little bit off the fourth turn. It's not going to be enough. The season 19 Winston goes to Cat Batson. She wins it. Cat Batson in dominating fashion wins segment number 2 and therefore wins the season 19 Winston All-Star Race at Charlotte Motor Speedway. 2 in a row for the KAB Enterprises team. The team led by Keith Batson and his legion of Fords as she holds up a hungry Johnny Gardner and Cole Deaver to win here today. Levi McIntyre comes home 4th, 5th to Phil Parker, 6th to Charles Sanford, 7th to Kev Shearer, 8th position to Jessica Shelton, 9th to William Brock, and Kyle Langland will end up finishing in 10th. What a showing we had! What a show it was at Charlotte Motor Speedway. A very fast-paced Winston, I might add, too. Average speed 199.570, and a great race it was here today. 11th position will go to Paul Minnick, 12th Quentin Moore, 13th Dylan Poteet, 14th with Jesse Turner, Joshua Osborne 15th, 16th will go to Al Legacy, and Kyle Matthews, unfortunately for him, dead last in the Winston All-Star Race, unfortunately for him. But in fairness, they are all stars in this race and very well deserving to be in this event. Here, Quentin Moore, of course, we mentioned, was the first segment winner. Was not much of a factor in segment 2. So that's the story from Charlotte Motor Speedway and the Winston All-Star Race, which for season 19 belongs to Cat Batson. The wife of Keith Batson takes home the victory here today. Keith won this race last season, and now Cat makes it 2 in a row for the Batson family this season. So that will be it for Charlotte Motor Speedway here. And this is James Qualls. This has been production in the NNSCRA. Offline racing at its best. And if you like what you see here, make sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got NRS's gaming videos, whatever the president of the NNSCRA Seth Club desires. And please be sure to check out Seth's Texas Truck Race, Pizza X Race, and Hershey's Cup Race. Please be sure to check those races out. Some of the best races, off-road races you'll find is right here in the NNSCRA. So that's the story from Charlotte, as we said. Here, we'll see you in the Coca-Cola 600. So long, everyone.